Hello again, welcome back. Your question for the week. For how much time in an average day are you free or unfree? Continuing the theme of getting to know ourselves, this week's reflection is inspired by the work of one of the best coaches you may never have heard of. Ignatius of Loyola lived at the turn of the 15th and 16th centuries and is the founder of the Society of Jesus, a monastic and missionary order which, amongst others, has the current Pope Francis as one of its members. Ignatius developed a framework for daily reflection called the Examen. I'll do a separate post on that some other time, but for now, suffice to say that the Examen gave me the idea for what I'll share with you today. Here's the key thought. If we take a little time to review and reflect on the day just gone by, there will likely be one or more incidents that will be particularly salient. Often these will be moments of choice. What happens in those moments of choice will tell us something about ourselves. The individual event may not in itself be particularly significant, but if you do this on a regular basis and make it a regular habit, you're likely to see patterns emerging. Unlike self-assessment tools or personality tests which give you a snapshot of yourself, this sort of regular day review allows you to have an ongoing, real-time awareness of what's going on in your world and what it says about you. If a self-assessment is like a documentary, regular day reviews are more like your daily news reports. So what do we do? Think back over the last day or so and pick an event that stands out to you. It might, for example, be an interpersonal event, a conversation, or other exchange with someone. Or it could be a private event, such as a choice you had to make about what to do or not to do with your time, or how you found yourself reacting to something you heard or saw or read. Find an event which led you to make a choice about how you would react to it. Now focus on the choice and ask yourself this. In that moment of choice, was I free or unfree? Now whilst you may come up with your own way of interpreting these words, here's some suggestions. To be free is to be emotionally healthy, in a state of reasonable equilibrium and operating out of a strong sense of personal autonomy or efficacy. Key choices you may make here are to speak or be silent, to engage emotionally or to disengage, to forgive or to hold a grudge, to respond straight away or to defer a response. To be unfree involves the opposite, to feel compelled to speak or act without too much thought for the consequences, to be driven to act, to hold on to anger or the desire to get even, or to feel so deflated that you can't make any kind of positive or healthy decision of your own. As you think about the choice that you did make, think also about the personal resources that were available to you. We all have resources we can draw upon that demonstrate who we are when we're at our best. These can include the ability to plan and prioritise, to construct and craft answers to questions. Or they could include skills to reach a place of objectivity, to apply decision-making approaches and frameworks, and to find an emotionally healthy state from which we can make personality choices, such as choosing to focus on the best in people, to try to understand them before we judge them. Use this reflective moment to remind yourself of all the resources available to you which you could have defaulted to or drawn upon in that moment. Which did you use? Which did you neglect to use, which would have been helpful? And as you reflect on all this a little further, what resources do you need to strengthen? Or what new personal skills do you need to invest in? Why not make a start this week and get into the habit of reviewing key moments of your day? And in doing so, build up a picture of the rich resources you have available to you, through which you can make healthy life and professional choices. Start to notice what it is about those events that make them of interest to you. And as we continue with this idea, we will explore further factors that militate against the good choices you could make, and bringing it all together, the kind of picture of yourself that starts to emerge. But for now, just keep this question in mind as you make and review your daily choices. Was I free or unfree? Have an insightful and emotionally healthy week. Thanks for listening.